know, so lovely. It was so weird. We're singing, I was just thinking about you guys, and you walked in. Life is magical. Okay. Well, I always have something a little funny. I have a joke file that's about that thick. So I pulled something out today, and it's called Quite a Son-in-Law. A Jewish girl brings her fiancé home to meet her parents. After dinner, her mother tells her father to find out about the young man. He invites the fiancé to his study for schnapps. So what are your plans, the father asks the fiancé. I'm a Torah scholar, he replies. A Torah scholar, the father says, admirable, but what will you do to provide a nice house for my daughter to live in as she's accustomed to? I will study, the young man replies, and God will provide for us. And how will you buy her a beautiful engagement ring, such as she deserves, asks the father. I will concentrate on my studies, the young man replies. God will provide for us. And children, asks the father, how will you support children? Don't worry, sir, God will provide, replies the fiancé. The conversation proceeds like this, and each time the father questions, the fiancé insists that God will provide. Later, the mother asks, well, so how did it go? The father answers, he has no job, no plans, but the good news is he thinks I'm God. Not the truth. I thought that was cute. God will provide by means of daddy. Anyway, you know, it's interesting. I picked this talk title, and then little did I know what was going to happen over the weekend. Accept life without resistance. How many of you resist when things come up in your life? Anybody? I know, right? Well, I had something very much to resist, and my daughter was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I went down and I picked up my granddaughter, and you know, what it really made me think about was my feelings about faith. And you know, I get up here and I talk every Sunday, right? And I talk every Sunday about faith and trust and belief. And I had to do a deep inquiry within myself. And I really had to say, do I really have the faith and the trust and the belief that God's going to take care of my baby girl? That's my baby girl that's got breast cancer. And all I can see is that little picture of her. She's all cute with her little page boy haircut. You know, I called her my little Nani. And I kept inquiring that, because as I got shocked and she was shocked, because she's only 40 years old, I realized that, yes, I have such a profound, deep belief in God. I know the resources, I know the people are going to be there for her, I know she's going to heal. Then the back of the mind goes, but no, I cannot even think anything else. I can't even think that. And I don't care. It's like, no, you could think about something else, mind. And so I really have to do that, because what we teach here, no matter what, and this is as close to home as it gets, okay? I mean, my daughter, Art, my kitties, you know, it would be any somebody that I love so deeply that, you know, if something happens, how do I roll with that? And how do I not resist it and get upset and angry? And I was driving home and I thought, wow, you know, this is really tough. This is a shock. And I went outside to go get in my car to go get some cat food. And my tenant comes up, and her sister walks up the driveway with her. And I thought, oh, how are you girls doing? How you doing? And I said, oh, you know, well, not great. You know, my daughter has breast cancer. And they go, she does? Well, you know that she's going to be healed from that. I'm going to tell you my story. So this is my tenant's sister. And she says, so let me tell you what happens. First of all, she has to surrender and surrender and surrender, because this is really about her getting a close connection to God. I go, you want my job? I go, you are good. I said, you are good. So tell me your story. So she started telling me about, she was in this horrible, horrible relationship with somebody that was very, very, what's the word? Not treating her well, okay? What would you say? Well, yeah, that and everything else. So anyway, she was at a point where she hadn't paid her house payment for 4 years. I go, 4 years? How are you still in the house? She goes, but wait, there's more. Then I had no money. I go, uh-huh. And I had 2 sons to raise, and I couldn't take care of them because this relationship just dragged me down. He took everything I had, and I had nothing left. Then I had no car. I go, okay, wow. So what happened? She said, I had to surrender up to God and turn it over. She said the first thing that happened was that the bank went ahead and refinanced her loan without any financial documentation. I go, what? And she said, that was God. And I said, oh yeah, that was definitely God. How in the heck? And she said, so that saved her house. Then she was able to get a car. Then she was able to, she's actually doing some acting work like her sister. Her son is now, he created a film and it's up for an Academy Award. So this is, and she said, so you tell your people up there, she says, you tell them, they got to know that God is taking care of everything. And no matter what happens, that they're going to be taken care of because they have to surrender it up and get a deeper walk with God. I'm like, oh, okay, can I film you? So anyway, that was her. And she said because she let go of the resistance, she let go of all of the stuff. She had to forgive her ex. She had to release everything in order to flow and to have all these good things come to her. But you know, the other part of it, and I was sitting across from my daughter as I was leaving, and I looked her in the eye and I said, do you feel you deserve to get healed? Do you feel you deserve to have that happen? And she looked at me for a moment and said, yes. I said, well, then you've got to do that, and you have to change that. Because with what happens with us is that there's a part of us, I think, subconsciously, and I was reading, Artemis is a shamanic healer, and she wrote this, and I thought it was fascinating because she said the energy body surrounds all living beings. It holds the past and current life information, manifests and continuously informs physical, emotion, and mental body. The past trauma imprints the energy body, which consequently misinforms the physical, psychological, and mental body. Unhealed trauma makes us perceive, think, feel, and act out in a wounded perspective, which in turn causes us to repeat the same types of behaviors and attract similar circumstances into our lives. We keep manifesting a limiting life experience for ourselves. Imprints, if not cleared, are also reinforced by those unconscious choices and behaviors. And she said the energetic residues eventually affect our health, and shamans know the disease first appears in the energy body as an imprint and then manifests as illness or accident. Wow! Yes, right? So, we had some people here yesterday that were doing exactly that work and helping people clear imprints out of their bodies. And if you haven't done any work and done any of that healing work, you get to somebody, come to some of the things we have incredible people here because we really want you to heal and to have everything for your life and not to have limitations. We don't want to have some drama come up as breast cancer. We don't have the past to come up as something else in our life, right? Yeah. And we want to be healthy and vibrant all the time. So Sudama, Mark Kennedy, is a shamanic healer, and he's in our community. And Sudama's here at every single intuitive fair that we put on. And he's always, people are lining up to see Sudama. So Sudama, you know how I said you have to have trust and faith and really understand, you know, what's going on in your life. And I said, okay, God, so, you know, you got to get my baby girl healed. So Sudama immediately texted back and said, do you know there's a protocol now that they will do a procedure rather than chemo, and they will infuse them and create boosting their immune system. That's what doctors are working with now, okay? So this is the kind of thing that is happening, and it's going to continue to shift and shift as we become more present to the energetic medicine. And that's really what it's about, you know. And then this, the gal that was preaching to me yesterday in the driveway, She also said there's a clinic in Mexico that cures cancer. And they cure it. They don't cure it here, but they cure it there. Because there's a part of our society that doesn't want it fixed. You know that, but I won't go into that. Okay, right? Yeah, exactly. So life without resistance, you know, we have the ups and downs of our life. And before I heard this, and I was thinking a couple weeks ago, oh gosh, you know, thank God I don't have a lot of crazy stuff going on in my life. Don't ever say that. Well, you can say it, but just know that there's going to be a down and there's going to be an up. And it's always that way. But I found something that I really liked. It's from purposefairy, FARY.com, How to Let Go of Resistance and Start Enjoying Life. One thing about individuals, and particularly my beloved daughter, is that she's a control freak. She's a Virgo. And what that means is that she has to control every single thing. Okay, so when you try to control everything, what happens? You get stressed out. And if you get stressed out, how many of you used to try to do that? I know it, right? And as we get older, and as we go, I am not happy, we learn how to go with the flow and let go and not resist. So it says to offer, this is another quote from Eckhart Tolle, to offer no resistance to life is to be in a state of grace, ease, and lightness. This state is in no longer dependent upon things being in a certain way, good or bad. And that was always hard for me to get. Do you get the concept of good and bad? And that when we don't label it either one, there's an old Zen story about, oh, it's not good, it's not bad. You know, where a story about the son breaking his leg, and then, oh, it's not good, it's not bad, and then they try to, you know, get all these young men to come to the army, and of course his leg is broken, so, oh, what a blessing. Oh, it's not good, it's not bad. So it goes on like that. And that's kind of how our lives are, right? And that we have to look at it like, okay, this is another thing and an experience that we get to flow through. Well, my daughter said to me this morning, as I called her to see how she was, she said, this is a whole nother world that I get to learn about and become an expert at. Wow, right? I said, it's kind of like when you're driving a Prius and you know, you only see one color Prius and you get a black one like I have. Now I see 20 million black Priuses. But it's the same thing. You get something in your life, and like that with my daughter. And she's now going to learn all of these beautiful holistic things. She's going to learn the traditional. She's going to learn everything about it. Because the one thing about that kid, she will research the patootie out of it. Okay?
That's a Virgo.
That's a Virgo, baby. So it says this state is no longer dependent upon things being a certain way, good or bad. It seems almost paradoxical, yet when your inner dependency on form is gone, the general conditions of your life, the outer forms tend to improve greatly. Things, people, or conditions that you thought you needed for your happiness now come to you with no struggle or effort on your part. And you are free to enjoy and appreciate them while they last. All those things, of course, will stay, pass away, cycles will come and go, but with dependency gone, there's no fear of loss anymore. Life flows with ease. And that's really the teaching that we teach here, because you want to get into a space of, you know, it isn't good, it isn't bad. I'm just going to see how I can be present, be in peace, harmony, and joy with it. And as I'm driving up here, you know, I'm crying, and I'm, okay, you could cry, it's okay. But I also was then thinking, maybe, and this is where I go with everything, maybe I was put at center of the heart because this was in the soul imprint, and I know so many healers, I know so many people now. Thank you, God, because I know how to direct her. And then her dad, she said, so Mom, you and Dad are like the yin and the yang. So he's going to take me there, and he's going to help me research the doctors, and you're my spiritual warrior. I said, that's right, baby. You know, it's really true. So it says, you know, so one of the things I told her to do, and I wanted us to do it today, how many of you have something that you would like to have as an outcome in your life? You want to sell your house. You want your surgery to be successful. You want to have more money. You want to have a better relationship. You want to have more clients. What is it? So tell me, what do you want? What do you want, guys?
Keep my home.
Okay, keep your home. What else?
Have my money.
Okay, and what else?
Comfort and joy in my body.
Comfort and joy in your body. So is it accepting your body? Just I am very comfortable with my body. Roxy?
I want to get married again.
Oh, lovely. And I'll take this to a place. Bob, you have something?
Having an understanding what body sends signals of that.
To listen?
Like a pain, it's like, well, what are you telling me? It's like, it's to understand what it speaks.
Okay, so here's a neurolinguistic programming that, Tony Robbins uses this. Do you know what neurolinguistic programming is? Okay, so it's a way for you to, it's like a visioning process. And what you do, you hold something in your mind, like for my outcome, I know my daughter's gonna go see the doctors she's gonna do a scan on Monday, and then she's gonna go hear what they have to say Tuesday. So here's my vision. So my vision is, what time of day am I going to hear what's happened with her? And am I on the phone with her? Am I on FaceTime? So I vision that. And then I have my feeling tone. How am I gonna feel? And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing. That's incredible. Wow, it's not anything near what you thought it would be. So that's what I'm holding. And I have to have the feeling tone, what time is gonna happen, what is it? Is it daylight? Am I inside or outside the house? Do you get what I'm saying? Okay, so I want you in your life right now, so what is it in your life that you want a vision on? Okay, take a moment, you can open your eyes, close your eyes, doesn't matter. Think about that, and what would that be like? So it's the end game. What's the outcome? You're gonna be, maybe, dear Lynn, you're looking in the mirror going, you are hot, mama, okay? And you're just happy with your body. And your knees are happy. There you go. So it's things like that. And have that vision, have that picture move you forward. So the one I shared with my daughter, I said, talk to the tumor. Talk to it and say, what do you need from me? Kind of what Bob was saying. And what do you need from me? So if we have bad knees or our back's hurting or whatever, your digestion's not good, I don't know what it is, people. But it is, talk to yourself. This isn't separate. This is not separate. We are connected. Mind, body, spirit. We're connected. So think of that thing that you want. When is the date? Is it in a week from now? What will you feel like? And what's your emotion going to be? What will it be? You've heard the good news, or you've heard about something that shifted for you. So just take a moment. Let's take a moment for 30 seconds and visualize that. See yourself in a picture in your mind. And if you don't see pictures, fake it. Make it up. Make it up. And see that. And see the outcome. Whether it's meeting a guy, you're going to marry him, maybe it's your wedding day, Roxy, I don't know. It could be in a month, could be in a year. Doesn't matter. Pick something that you believe you can actually access. And as you feel that, allow yourself to feel into your body, feel into your spirit. Oh, wow, that's amazing. And as if you're going to talk to somebody and tell them about it, what are you going to say? Gosh, that is so incredible. That's so lovely that your house got refinanced. Oh, that's so great, you met a guy. Oh, that's so fabulous that wasn't as bad as you thought it would be from the doctors. And be present with that and use that. Okay, you got it? You there? You see the picture in your mind? Take another few seconds if you need to. And when you feel it, use this continuously in the next week and continue to see this picture and this story. Okay, and thank your body, thank your mind, and come on back. Isn't that nice? Okay, so he said, this is, I don't know if it's a man or a woman. It says 5 ways to let go of resistance and start enjoying your life. You want 5 ways? Okay. 1 is know your stories. We all have stories we tell ourselves about life and how it should be. Anybody have shoulds? What's yours, and does it serve you in feeling peace? Does it serve you? Okay, probably not. Create a new story, which we just did. If your old story included a lot of shoulds, what does your new story include? Perhaps more acceptance, trust, and flow. And number 3, collect evidence. Even when nothing goes as we think it should, we can look back and gather a few pieces of evidence and prove it actually happened in the best way possible. What good has come from these past experiences, right? Because we've all had things that we've gone through and it's been very difficult. And then we look back and go, oh, thank God that happened. You know, I had a horrible divorce, thank God. Because then I got real clear about what I wanted in my relationships. And by the way, I saw my beloved yesterday. Okay? So, and, okay, I gotta say this. So it was surreal. I'm in the kitchen, my ex-husband, and he's eye-gazing with me while he's talking to me. Oh, this is weird. Just be with it. Okay, so anyway. Eyeball to eyeball. Okay, shift your focus. Pay attention to the things you concentrate on. If you find, like most people, that you tend to get stuck on how things aren't working out the right way, shift your focus as to what is working. So I'll give you an example with my daughter. So what it is, it's like, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so horrible. And then I'm like, no. You've got like 1 million resources now. You've got all these doctors' names. You've got all these healers. You've got clinics. Wow, that's really fabulous. And then I have to keep doing that. Because as we have something going on in our life, like we lost a job, or, you know, you find the good things happening in your life. And then the last one is what we do all the time here. Create a mantra. Create a mantra for your new practice. A sentence that you repeat to yourself daily. For example, I am open and accepting of life's experiences, or I trust that everything is happening for the best. Which one do you guys like better?
Trust.
I trust that everything is happening for the best. I trust, okay, let's say that. I trust that everything is happening for the best. Because that encompasses everything, doesn't it? And when we release resistance toward the way we think, we create space for many more opportunities. Like our preacher in the driveway, okay? So she had to keep surrendering it up in order to have her life shift. Letting go of our shoulds is one of the most powerful ways you can change your life and feel peace. So that is the 5 ways, okay? You like it? It's good. So let's just say that one more time as we close this out. And be present this week, work it, and allow yourself, oh, look at that belly, so cute. I know, right? So when you go this week, continue to hold that. Continue to say, I trust that everything is happening for the best. I trust that everything is happening for the best. Let's say it again. I trust that everything is happening for the best. And so it is. Awesome. Thank you. All right, we have a song from